Rolling with the triple C, I'ma make him bend the knee. Rolling with the triple C, don't really count the heat.
It's a no is it a no contest? Look, right here.
Yeah, but he's complaining about the other eyes. You can see at the
Look, his thumb.
Okay, but he's complaining about the eyes he get hit. That's what I'm talking about. He put his hand in the eyes he get hit.
Brandon Moreno did poke him in the eye, but he poked him in the eye that was the lead eye. What was swollen, it was Deiveson Figueiredo's left or right eye. He ended up catching a clean hook that the thumb kind of went in, but you know what I'm saying, like the crease of the thumb, like right here, like it went in, but it wasn't the actual, if it wasn't extended or anything like that. So for that reason, I want to say, or I believe it's probably legal. So Deiveson Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno just finished their quadrilogy. My initial reactions in this fight is like, tell you what, guys, Brandon Moreno was winning the fight. I mean, he was winning all 3 rounds. I thought he did a good job of timing the takedowns, and Deiveson didn't do a good job of getting up. Deiveson stayed away from the leg kicks. When I told him go, you know, the second game plan should be the exact same as the first fight, because Brandon hasn't evolved. He still doesn't know how to check kicks. You could hit him at will if you time it correctly, but he decided to use his hands more, and he was just a little too late for the punches. It's not that he wasn't faster. It was just that his timing and his distance was off, which allowed him to get the second end of every punch that Brandon threw. You know, I think there's so much in the flyweight division. You needed this. You know, the rivalry now that Brandon, you know, pretty much disrespected Brazil with the last comment that he did, and then him eventually, which I do believe Pantoja's going to be next fighting for the title. It's crazy. It's crazy to think of the storylines that are coming out of the flyweight division. But overall, as a whole, I just think, you know, Deiveson was probably just sick of cutting down of 125 pounds. I know I was. And I think that was on his mind. And I'm not sure if that was really one of the things that could have helped him win this fight. You know, 'cause like, you can already tell, it's like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of cutting weight. I'm sick of making that weight. But anyhow, other than that, it was a hell of a fight. You know, kudos to Brandon Moreno. But Brandon Moreno, you have Alexander Pantoja moving forward. But if I was in Davis's situation, I'd make it a finger thing and get a rematch. You know, it was unfinished business. But either way, these guys are. I think that chapter's close for both. Like I said before, I think there's a lot of great weight divisions. I mean, there's a lot of upcoming names with Nazardine, with Pantoja, the guys that are coming up. You know, it's good, man. This rivalry really helped build a division. Now Davis is talking about coming up, and
I never noticed.
I mean, careful, Davis. And this is my home, man.
English, like you're not as like.
But he's talking about coming up to, you know, to face new challenges. And I mean, it depends how long Deiveson wants to fight. I would take your time, man.
That's what it's like.
Because right now the bantamweight division is very hard to kind of figure out because of Sandhagen is still in the title picture. Cheeto, people are talking about him. You know, you got Peter Yan versus Marab. For you to get initial title shots, I don't think it would happen. I think if I was in your shoes, Deiveson, I'd just start picking a couple fights just to get your feet wet. Introduce yourself to 135 pounds. And then start looking into the top 10 and then top 5. And then by that time, you know, you'd be like anywhere between 4 and 5 fights from fighting to the title if you do it right.
Yeah, so then how do you think Deiveson will fare at 135 now?
I think he's good. But I also think that Deiveson also needs to really change his lifestyle and his eating habits, because I think he gets too big. And when you get too big, and you are able to make the weight and cut the weight, but you could also lose by not recovering. You know, and I think that's sometimes the first thing that goes out on, because he's very gifted, but something that goes out on somebody at that high level is their cardiovascular. And you know, so that's where I see those hard weight cuts. I just don't think they're worth it from no more.
Yeah, and I know with what Moreno said at the end in Spanish, kind of saying the Pero comment. Do you think maybe that he riled the Brazilian crowd a little?
No
bit?
one, yeah, of course, man. You just called the Brazilian people dogs, like "Viva Mexico, perros." Like it almost like, yeah. I mean, that's what it is. I want to say that right after, you know, maybe if you're with your Mexican people, you say that, I think they'll get it. But I just think what he said was just out of line and out of context. But I could also see what he was trying to maybe say or mean by then. Maybe he just got excited and said the word "perro," dogs. Like it's like if you translate it, it's like, you know, long live Mexico, you dogs. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of what Kobe ended up pulling out. So they started throwing all kinds of beer and other things like that. If you see him walking out, it's an experience he'll probably never forget. But I think that's B-roll for the Pantoja versus Deiveson Figueiredo fight.
Yeah, and then just some final comments on Teixeira and Shogun, two Brazilian legends retiring. Just anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, man. First of all, you know, tonight wasn't for Brazil. Tonight's night, two Brazilians. One lost his title, the other one didn't win the title. But it was a hard night. But there's a lot of memorable, you know, Shogun Rua and Shogun Rua and Glover Teixeira retired today, which is huge. Which it was the last chapter of Shogun Rua, who was the last product to ever fight in Pride that is not officially not fighting no more. UFC champ, you know, he's done an amazing job with his career becoming Pride and UFC champion. And for Glover Teixeira to say goodbye, to a sport where he can call himself the oldest light heavyweight champion of all time. I mean, that's impressive, man. To still be able to fight for a title at the age of 43. You know, so want to wish him luck and best of luck. I think he did his best against Jamal Hill. He just didn't. He just started wrestling a little too late. But you also have to credit Jamal Hill. He defended the takedowns. He defended a lot of things. He wanted the title. He kept fighting from the first to the fifth, like it was there. So it was a card that wasn't for Brazil, but it's unforgettable because two people said goodbye to the sport that they love, that they desire doing, and they're both 43 and 41. You know, it's awesome. Maybe they can all get inducted into the Hall of Fame together. So thank you guys again for watching. It means a lot to me. So you guys remember, there's more breakdowns, there's more technique, there's more tactics, and there's definitely more cringe. So make sure to subscribe and click on that button. I'm out!